Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a GIF in Procreate and how you can get it to show in Instagram stories. I'm going to use Procreate, but you can use Photoshop if you want. The resolution isn't really important. I use a 1920 by 1400 resolution. There's no max resolution, but you'll see later on that it does get resized. So to start, I'm using something that I lettered previously. I just copied and pasted it from another artboard. And because my canvas is set up horizontally, I'm just going to go to the canvas option and actions and just crop it so that it fits the design. So GIFs are made using a frame-by-frame animation. So to create different frames, I'm basically just going to redraw what I already have. So to do that, I'm decreasing the opacity and creating a new layer. And then I'm just going to draw over top of it. So I'm using the monoline brush because it gives the smoothest edges, which is really important when you're uploading Giphy. You don't want it to be super pixelated. So you do want those edges to be super smooth. I just basically draw over, and this is a very messy handwritten style, so I don't have to be too precise, and you don't need it to be directly on because the small changes in shape will create more of that movement. How I do this is I just outline the letters and then I use the fill tool in Procreate to fill them all afterwards. I did this 4 times, so each time I finished with the layer, I hid the layer and then created a new blank one and just did the same process 4 times basically. I wasn't too worried about the color. I just stuck with black for now because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But halfway through I decided I'm going to do a gradient and make the gradient a little bit animated as well. So when you're done, you can get a little preview by checking it out as a GIF. So to do that, you want to make sure that all of your layers are not hidden, so they're all checked off, and that all the opacities are at 100. And then you can go into the Tools menu, click Share, and then choose Animated GIF. And here you can see a little preview of what it looks like. You can change your frames per second. This just makes it faster or slower. And you can also turn on the transparent background toggle, and this just gets rid of the background. And then when you're ready, you can export. So I'm gonna add some color to this now. The way I do it is I choose my layer and then I swipe over to the right, and that puts that checkerboard pattern in the back. This just allows me to color over top of the text without coloring the background, so it just colors the black area basically. I usually do this with the airbrush brush, and I'm gonna try and do a gradient, so I'm probably gonna do one color at the bottom and then work my way up, and I'm gonna have to do that on each layer. So basically I do it on the first layer and then click on the second layer and do the exact same thing, and again for the third and the fourth layer as well. And I just do this until I get to the top. However, I didn't love the color choices I made. I wasn't a fan of the red color, so I decided to go back and kind of go more on the pink side. So I just took the airbrush tool and did the exact same thing over again, just over top of the red color. And I like the color that it came out with much better. Because the gradients are slightly different on each layer, that will give the little bit of an animation effect. So to see the GIF, I'm just going to make sure that all my layers are visible. I'm going to click on the Tool menu, click on Share, and then choose Animated GIF. You can also export an animated MP4 if you need a video, which is great for Instagram feed. And then you can see here my frames per second. I have this video slowed down, so the 8 frames per second is not actually what it looks like. And then I will want to turn on the transparent background, and you'll need that on to upload to Giphy, which I'll show you in a second. And I clicked on full resolution because the web option really compresses it. So always pick the full resolution. And now I'm just sharing it with my MacBook because now I'm going to upload it to Giphy, and this is the portion that gets your GIF as a sticker on Instagram stories. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. As you can see, it got dropped to my MacBook, and this is what it looks like as a GIF that I open on my computer. I'm just going to rename it to the name of the GIF. The first thing you want to do is create a Giphy account. So go to giffy.com, giphy.com. Once you have an account set up, you'll need to apply for a brand account or an artist account. So I'm just going to Google and typing in brand account on Giphy, and that should get you to the page that you need to apply on. So I applied for a brand account. I'm not really sure what the big difference is between artist and brand. There's a link with information you need to apply. First thing you need is an email that matches your username or your website domain. So mine is hey@serotypes.com. And all of those things match. So my username, my display name, my website, that all matches. You also need to upload at least 5 GIFs and make sure your avatar is up there. Just needs to look like a real profile. On that page, there's also a link where you can actually apply, and this is the screen you should see. Right now I can't apply because it says I need at least 5 GIFs. I somehow have 2 accounts on Giphy, so that's why this one I don't have any GIFs, but I'll show you my account where I do have some. So on this account, I was approved for a brand account, and you basically get a dashboard where you can see how many views all of your GIFs get. And then this is also what allows you to share your GIFs with Instagram stories. So these are the GIFs that I have already uploaded. I have only started uploading for the past 2 or 3 days. To get going, you just want to click on the top right upload button. And then here you can either drag or choose to browse your files. So I'm going to browse and grab the one that we just created. For the source URL, I put my website, www.serotypes.com. And then the tag section is super important because this is how people are going to find your Giphy on the Giphy page or, for example, on Instagram stories. So I make sure to tag with things people might think of, like contest, winner, giveaway. And then I also add in different spellings of my Instagram handle. So I put Serotypes as 1 word, Serotypes as 2 words, etc. And then I put the rating as G, and then click on Upload to Giphy. So uploading doesn't take very long, but to get it on Instagram stories just takes a little bit longer. So it does take about 3 to 5 days to get approved as a brand account. And then once you've uploaded an image to your account, it does take about a day or maybe a bit longer for it to actually show up on your Instagram stories. So I'm just in my stories right now, and I'm going to show you how I find it. So when I click on that thing, and then I click on GIF, and then I search Serotypes, you'll see the ones that show up. The one I just created with you is not up there yet because that was something I actually just created today. But the other ones that I created 2 days ago are there, and I can just click and add them to my story, and then that's it. So it's pretty easy and not as daunting as it may sound. So definitely get out and create some GIFs because it is so much fun and it is very addicting and you'll never want to stop. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below.